Well, the top United States general in charge of the Middle East arrives in Israel today to help coordinate a response to a possible strike by Iran. Newsmax Jerusalem correspondent Daniel Cohen is live in Tel Aviv this morning as intelligence reports say an attack from the Islamic Republic is imminent. Good morning, Daniel.
Good morning, Charlotte. Good morning, everyone. According to U.S. and Israeli sources, a precision missile or drone attack from Iran or its proxies has become a matter of when, not if. Israel isn't relying on deterrence from the United States, warning any attack will be met by a direct military strike on Iranian soil, most likely Iranian nuclear facilities. Reports of an imminent strike come as the Islamic Republic has vowed to avenge the killing of Mohammad Zahedi and other senior IRGC commanders in an alleged Israeli strike in Damascus. That was April 1st, remember? In a speech concluding Ramadan, Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei promised to punish Israel. The White House says its support for Israel is ironclad, despite President Biden unleashing a fresh wave of attacks on Prime Minister Netanyahu's handling of the war.
We are watching public statements by Iranian officials, public reports of Iranian plans to potentially take retaliatory action. America's support for Israel's security is ironclad, and America's support for Israel's defense against threats from Iran and its proxies is ironclad.
Today, we've learned Prime Minister Netanyahu and the war cabinet weren't briefed before an airstrike in Gaza City Wednesday that killed 3 sons and 4 grandchildren of senior Hamas commander Ismail Haniyeh. After learning of their deaths, the terror leader said he's thankful they've become martyrs. This is him. Haniyeh, he wasn't there. He's a billionaire who lives in the lap of 5-star luxury in Qatar. Today, though, Haniyeh remains defiant. He's saying that this strike that Israel carried out won't change the terrorist resolve. IDF decision makers reportedly believe Israel is nowhere close to a hostage ceasefire deal, Charla, and eliminating Haniyeh's sons and his grandchildren wouldn't affect hostage negotiations.
And Daniel, here in the U.S., the Biden administration continues to hammer home the idea of a ceasefire and seemingly blaming Israel for continuing with its fight to eradicate Hamas. But it's Hamas who continues to reject any and all ceasefire deals, right?
Yeah, and it's not just that. You're exactly right, Charlotte, but it's the mindset. I mean, what Ismail Haniyeh and his reaction, he's one of the highest ranking Hamas terror commanders, right? If you lost a son, if you lost one of your grandchildren, what is the response? Israel's enemy is fighting. Israel's fighting an enemy whose inherent nature is they celebrate death. They celebrate it, right? They're martyrs. They're heroes, and so Israel is trying to preserve life. Israel is trying to do what it can to move innocent civilians out of the way as Israel is trying to eradicate. But fighting that mindset, it's not just they're saying no, but they're emboldened right now, especially by that UN resolution, a ceasefire that passed at the United States, that President Biden's representative at the UN allowed to pass, and that aid strike on the the aid strike that happened last week in Gaza. Those two things together really harmed Israel. But it's the mindset. That's what I come back to, Charlotte. Israel is fighting a mindset of people who celebrate death and destruction.
All right. Daniel Cohen, thank you so much.